Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down. Can't be afraid to leave this out. We got this far, don't know how. I see danger in your eyes. They know.
Hello YouTube, it's your girl Kimberly. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Covergirl Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence. So I have the shade Rich here and the shade Tan, and you're probably wondering why I have two shades, and I'm going to tell you guys about it. So if you want to know more about these products, keep watching. So before we get into our discussion about these lovely products here, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. We don't want you to miss out on any of the great beauty, hair care, nails, tech, travel videos that I make for the channel. Also, hit the like button if you like this video and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be first to know when I post a new video or when I go live. So thanks so much for watching. So let's get into a brief little conversation, story time, demo, all the things with these products. Right, so like most of you, I became familiar with the Covergirl Simply Ageless Skin Perfector Essence as a dupe for the Chanel foundation. Now, I've never tried the Chanel version, but I was very interested in this because I don't like a lot of heavy foundation, especially in the summertime, and a lot of skin tints are really glowy, dewy, not friendly for oily skin people. So I tend to skip them, but for some reason this caught my attention. So I went to Target and got the shade Tan 60, and it was immediately too light. So then I was like, okay, well, Tan 60 is too light, let me go get the next shade. Well, the next shade is Rich 70, which you can see is substantially darker than Tan 60. So these are the two shades, and these are the two darkest ones, right? So the two darkest shades. So then I was like, okay, so let me see if I mix them. So I've been trying to do a mix back and forth, and it's been working a little bit, but I have some other issues with the overall formulation. But I'm gonna show you guys so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. So I have my handy dandy mirror here, and I'm gonna start off with Tan 60. So you guys can see what it looks like. So it starts off in the little bead format, and then you mix it up. Ooh, and the pigments mix with the foundation, right? So that's tan. See what that's giving? Okay. So then we're gonna come next to it with Rich, which is Rich 70. This is the darker shade of the two, and these are the two deepest shades. So I'm gonna try and put it right next to it on my face. Okay, so then we got a little bit of the Rich there, and then I'm gonna blend it out with the pigment pearls bursting, so then you can see what Rich looks like, right? So we got Tan and we got Rich. So clearly I am neither. So what I've been trying to do is to mix both to get one shade that is closer to my skin tone. So what I've been doing is on the back of my hand trying to do one pump Tan, one pump Rich, and mixing it together. So I'm going to show you guys what that looks like on the other cheek. I am going to mix it on the back of my hand just so that way I can make sure I get all the scent, not scent, but the different pearls to bust. The color capsules or whatever you call them. So I have a little more Tan than Rich. We're going to see if that works. And mix them together. And because of the color bursting technology, it's just so much more work to try to mix it, and it just doesn't seamlessly mix that much. So that is the blended version, And then I'm actually going to come with the brush on the other side of my face and then show you guys what that looks like. Okay, so that looks a lot better. So you can see we have tan, rich, and then this is the mix, and the mix is pretty much like spot on for me. The problem is when I have been doing it, I've been getting a different amount of each product each time, so it's hard for me to evenly get it as perfect as I did just now, of course, for the video, which I appreciate that it didn't have me looking crazy on camera. But yeah, it's been really hard to mix and match and try to get the right formula. That this time it looks really good, but before I was getting this and that and trying to gameplay mix together and see what was gonna fit and work for me, right? So once you do mix it, if you have two shades, you end up getting something that's absolutely gorgeous. It looks skin-like, and you get a little bit of coverage for those smaller areas of imperfection, and it looks really gorgeous. You do have to powder it if you have oily skin, in terms of if you just don't want to look like too greasy. As you can see, my forehead's radiating where I put the product at in terms of the oil. But this is really my only complaint. I'm hopeful, if you look at the shade range, because it's tan 60 and then rich 70, I'm hopeful that at some point they will come back and give us like tan rich 65 and even richy rich 75, and that there'll be more in between shades. Because whenever products have these large gaps in their shade range, I always end up falling in between two shades, and sometimes you mix it together and it comes out wonderful, and then other times you either end up being too light or too dark. So that is my only complaint with this CoverGirl Simply Ageless. It can be really shiny on the oily skin people, and also the shade range is not good and it's hard to find your match. You end up having to get two and mix and match. Thankfully, it is at a price point. I feel like these, I'm going to put the price in the description box, but I feel like they were $20. So it's something where it is cheap enough where I could get two and mix it. But once I have to get two and mix it, for me personally, it's automatically too much work. And then I want to switch to a product where I don't have to get two and mix it. And yeah, so then that just means I don't want it if I have to mix two. That's too much work. So like I said, it is a good product. If you have dry skin, I can see yourself absolutely loving this. Like, this side of my face looks gorgeous, but it's just that I'm gonna have to keep doing the mixy matchy to try to get the shade that's right for me, and to get a little more tan and enough rich to make it darker, but not too much rich so it's not too dark. It's just a hot mess. So but I am loving it. I'm gonna make them work because I have them, and we still got a lot more hot weather days left in my area in the Northeast, so I'm going to keep trying to put these bad boys to work. So thank you so much for taking the time to watch the channel. Again, I have the shades 60 tan and 70 rich. These are the two darkest shades that are available, and hopefully CoverGirl will come out with some more shades so that way I won't have to mix the two. Alright, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down.